Well, hello.
Well, hello. Woolulu.
This is Ruth.
And this is Rochelle.
The celebrity is back. And I have a new sketchbook, and I'm going to use it as a memory book.
Oh, now it's my turn. I've decided to journal a photo of myself for this new beginning with the Ivy Tree Studio Ivy League design team. So using their papers and journaling a photo of myself for the new beginning. And I like this one sentiment on their words that says, create your beautiful life. And so I'm going to be journaling that with a photo of me.
I am doing 3 of my friends on each page. All of the pictures have me in it. So it's me and Hannah, me and Kelly, and me and Aaron. And it's basically what my mom did with the travel journals, with us in it, just with my friends. And I did 3 different colors, and it took me a while to do the gesso because I don't think I was doing it properly.
I think it's just because it's a different type of paper. And in the end, the gesso wasn't quite necessary because you used acrylic paints.
Yeah.
So I was backing the photo of me on this on these 2 papers from the paper bundle on the online store. Go check that out. So I'm just cutting it the whites off so that I can use my photo on that and mount it. And then I'm going to be just tearing one side of it for some extra dimension. Ruth here is, I believe, deciding on what to do.
Yeah. So when I did it, I knew where I was putting all the stuff, and then I got some paper and I was like, what pictures should I do on each paper? And it took me a while to decide. Although Aaron's one came first and it was like quick. Then Hannah's one took a while, and so did Kelly's. So I decided them, and then I was deciding between 2 pages for Hannah, and then in the end I decided a completely different page.
So for my mounting, I distressed the edges. I did print this on normal copier paper, so it's very thin, so the distressing of the side edges wasn't as easy as I had hoped. But I still have that torn edge, and then I just outlined it with a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen with an S nib just to give it a bit of contrast.
I took a while on measuring, and I made a mistake, and then I just cutted it out. And then in the end, I didn't actually do it quite properly.
But it looks good anyways.
Yeah.
I wanted to stencil with my gelatos. However, my, what do you call them? Finger daubers, I don't have enough of those, so I need to get some more. So I have for the lighter colors. So they're all contaminated at the moment. So I'm trying to use this sponge, but the script stencil that I wanted to use is just too thin. So grabbing another one. Ruth is still measuring.
Yep. Took like almost half the video.
To measure, goodness. So I'm just picking up the 2 different oranges. The one is a tangerine and the other one is just a lighter orange. Using that sponge through the stencil in the 2 corners at first, and then I'll add some later.
Then, well, it was quite easy to find the colors because they're all sorted in a new shelf.
Yes. Opa built me a new shelf. He did.
Yes.
What?
Don't say Opa.
It is Opa.
But
Who
you
else?
don't say Opa in a video.
Okay, so I'm not supposed to say Opa in the video. What am I supposed to say? My dad. My dad built me a new shelf. So I'm using the leftover gelatos and adding some water with a brush and doing some splatters, just again to give it a little bit of a different look to it.
And I am finalizing.
Still measuring.
It's about to end because I just got it. And yeah, so there I'm pasting. And the weird thing is, I glued the photo and I didn't know that it was also stickers. So instead of gluing, I could have just peeled the sticker thingy off and pasted it.
Okay, so I'm busy fussy cutting out the sentiment. These are also available in the shop and you can pick them up today at a minimal cost. I love that the printables are so cost effective and you can print them on your own printer or have them printed at Postnet, whichever suits you, and you don't have to use everything right away. You can keep it in the your project due little file. So I'm not using everything right now, but I am cutting out what I need while Ruth is deciding on a stencil.
So I like the ones with the circles, hexagons, and hearts and crosses and those things. So I chose those, and I'm now deciding where to put the specific stuff. So I find that I wanted to use the hearts with blue gelato, and then I did it with a blue gelato, and I did not do it properly.
Yeah, so there are some other ways of stenciling. You can either scribble it directly onto the page through the stencil, or you can just scribble it onto the stencil and then smear it in with your fingers. That's an easier way just because it doesn't create such a thick layer. Yeah, so Ruthie, I wanted to ask you, why do you want to journal?
Because you do it?
You want to journal because I journal. Well, I kind of do it for a reason. I find that being creative with my thoughts and my achievements and our life events helps me to remember it. And then especially like with your albums that I'm doing in the Traveler's Notebooks, we had some key elements in your year last year that I documented, and I liked very much going over that and back on it and checking it out. So you decided on your friends. Why?
Because of the reason why you did us.
Oh, okay.
I want to remember since it's my last year in primary school. And yeah, so I might not see my friends again, and I might see them again. So yeah.
The memory part of it. And do you like being creative?
I do. I think I maybe do the journaling because, like, mainly what I do is sports and academics. I don't do a lot of cultural stuff. So I guess that's what I do.
But you do choir. That's cultural.
And that's not arty, that's voice.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know that. So part of the items in the shop is or are these labels and word fairies that I cut out to make little titles on the labels. Lots of those available, and there's also some alphas there that you can use to create your own words. Lots of things that you can do. Ruthie, what are you up to now?
Well, after I did the gelato, I figured out there should be a background. And then I chose 3 colors, pink, purple, and blue. The pink is on the bottom because it makes the blue shine out. And then I painted around it. And then it didn't really work out, but I like it the way that it didn't work out. And there I'm just completely doing the block rectangle thing that I'm doing.
So did you split your page into 3 parts?
Yes, but I didn't draw the lines to split it equally. I just went with what I wanted.
Awesome. Okay, and the paints you're using, they're the Deco Art Americana acrylic paints. They're a very opaque paint, so they kind of take the work of the gesso as well. So next time we know that. If we want to use acrylics, they act the same as the gesso.
To put it in kid term, it is very nice paint that also has glue in it.
The gesso isn't a glue, Mampara.
It's a sort of glue that keeps the paint from going to the other side.
Yeah, so it's called a primer. It means it makes a barrier on the page so the stuff you do on it doesn't go through.
Glue.
If it was glue, the other page would have stuck to it.
No, because it's on this side.
Anywho, so I've stuck down my picture and I've cut these labels the same as what I did with the title. I split it in the middle so that it doesn't go over that little fold in the booklet. If it does, it makes it very hard to close your notebook and open it again. So the easiest way to do it is just to split it and paste it on both sides with a little bit of white space so that they just almost kiss in the middle. Yes, I learned that from another lady. Her name is Susanna. She does some things on YouTube as well. So I learned that from her.
So my blue is like a jade color. And I thought it was gonna be actual blue, but it turned out to be jade, and well, I still like jade, and I like the colors, how they mixed, and I tried to blend the purple and the pink, but that didn't work out very well, so I don't care.
I quite like how the top color kind of picks up the blue hearts at the bottom.
It does. So now I am cutting out the picture. So now I pasted Aaron's picture and I am getting pins and stuff to write over it and write what I want to write about that picture. And what are you doing, Mommy?
I took a Felicity Jane stamp from the Megan kit and it says BU, and I used distressed oxides in, I think it's called Spiced Marmalade, the color, to stamp that BU on my page.
Spiced Marmalade?
The distress oxides have got the weirdest colors. Names for their colors. It's just very funny. And then I'm just writing in my own handwriting some of the things I want to say on this opening page, just like a new page is in a book, a blank page in a book. So I'm starting this creative journey with this company, Ivy Tree Studio, and I'm quite excited about it, and that's what I'm trying to say there.
I am taking a pen and I'm just outlining the hearts, and there's a bit of my hair.
So because this is gelatos that you're writing on top of, I gave you the multi-mark pen. Those pens can write on glass, slick surfaces, CDs, and all those things. So they write over the gelatos.
Medium.
Yeah, in a medium-sized nib. That's correct. So you outlined your hearts with that. So what's next?
I am gluing the sticker once again. And then it's Hannah's picture, and I just pasted it without measuring because I knew it was gonna take way too much time, so I just guessed how much I wanted it.
It's easier that way. I do it like that too, without measuring, just eyeballing
it. So I wanted to give the paper to Mommy, but then she was busy with the glue itself, so then I just left it. And then what's that? That's Hannah's. I just took the page because I didn't want to glue it on top of the actual paint page. And then there I took the crown and I took a white gelato and I went over it, and because the lines on top of the crown are so thin, it made it very thick. So yeah, and then in the end it was way too thick and I wanted to write, so then I just smudged a little line on top.
So what I did here is I took these labels and some of the words that were in that page and I stapled it on and then added a little ribbon, lint. I don't know, what do you call those?
Well, normally you call it string, but in this case you used lint.
Is it called lint?
It's lint.
Okay.
And I know somebody. Yeah, so she took the lint and she did. What did you do?
I stapled and stuck down and what? You're
She
writing.
stapled and stuck down.
What are you writing?
I am writing a message to Hannah. Well, not to Hannah, but like,
About her.
yeah.
And you're using the Uniball Signo white gel pen. I'm using some stickles to add some glitter on this page in some places. I use it specifically on the one that says sparkle. I kind of thought that was apt to put the stickles on the sparkle. Now, stickles are just a glitter glue, but with a fancy name.
So, in kid terms, it's glitter glue.
It's glitter glue.
So, I like the gel pen that I was writing with, it didn't work as well as I wanted it to, so I just went over some of the letters because when I wrote it didn't come out at all, and then I rewrote and then it came out. Okay. So now I am smudging, like I said. Now it looks very nice because now it looks like those crowns with the line on top with the holes in between.
Okay.
So it still looks very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm doing Kelly's picture. And I'm gonna do it on top. I'm using a line paper. This is where I found out that you can actually paste it.
Like it's a sticker.
Yes. Because I was gluing it and the glue didn't want to come out nicely. And then she said, "Why are you gluing that? It's a sticker."
So these photos were done with my Canon Zoe Mini, the printer that I have a little review on this channel. You can go check that out. Yeah, so it's actually a sticker. You can just peel off the back and stick it down.
I was checking if it showed on the back. Was a little worried that it did, but it didn't, so that was good because this sketchbook is real art paper.
Is it real art paper? That's very funny. Yeah. So what, like the paint or the
paper?
Okay.
It's like this rough.
Yeah, it's a textured pressed paper, I think.
And at first I really didn't like it because it really irritated my fingers.
So what are you doing there?
I was doing stars, but it did not come out very nicely, so I decided to smudge it. That always works. So I made like a little sun thing, and then I needed a little more. So then I added more, and then Mommy took stuff and she...
I took a wet wipe.
And she wiped it out.
And then I took the stencil on top of your scribbling, lifted the color with the wet wipe, and then you have negative stars, negative stenciling.
But it wasn't as nice as I wanted it, but I made good use of it.
Yes, you did.
There I took orange and wrote on it. I could see it, and then the moment I went in the dark, completely gone.
Yeah, it's difficult to take dark colors and write on them with other dark colors.
Orange isn't dark.
No, it's not, but it doesn't show on the opaque acrylic paint. So anyways, that's pretty much us. This was a slightly longer video than usual, but we had fun doing it. We spent some time together and we spent some time being creative, which is always good.
This video took a while
to make, and then to try and do the voiceover with Daddy keeping on making noises in between, and our brother practicing his guitar in the background. So lots and lots of challenges, but we had such fun, right?
Yes, I had a lot of fun. There I had to, there was outlining the crown, and I had to look there because the thing didn't want to work by the gelatos. So I rubbed it on my hand and I just went around it. So like and subscribe if you want to see more videos on the channel, and comment if you want me on another video.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
Bye!
Bye-bye!